Hey everyone, welcome back to LT Gaming. I'm Tom, and I just want to start by saying a huge thank you to all of you. Last night, me and Luke hit an incredible milestone, 30,000 subscribers, and we're absolutely blown away by your support, and we couldn't be more grateful. Seriously, you guys are the reason we're doing this. If you're new here, or if you haven't already, we'd love for you to join the amazing community as we push towards our next big goal, 100,000. It's going to be an awesome journey, and we want you along for the ride. But now let's talk gaming. The Steam Winter Sale is live and kicking, and today I'm diving into one of my all-time favourite genres, RTS. But as you know, we like to mix things up here a bit, so instead of just focusing on all the obvious picks, I've got a list packed with hidden gems, quirky indies, and even some retro all-time greats for good measure. If this sounds like your kind of thing, hit that like button, it really helps boost the video and get it out to more strategy lovers like you. Alright, let's get started. Warrior Kings Battles, 80% discount, €1.75. If you're a fan of retro RTS classics, you're going to want to check out Warrior Kings Battles. This standalone gem builds on everything that made the original Warrior Kings so memorable, while adding its own strategic and tactical twists. Think of it like Age of Empires, but with its own unique flavour. The world feels rich, the battles are epic, and the controls, honestly, they're ahead of their time. There are features here that still feel fresh and innovative even by today's standards. It's wild it didn't catch on more widely. So whether you're revisiting or diving in for the first time, Warrior Kings Battles is an RTS experience that deserves a spot in your library. Winter Falling Battle Tactics, 35% discount, €6.33. If you're on the hunt for a true indie gem, well, look no further than Winter Falling Battle Tactics. This game throws you into gritty, high-stakes battles where it's just you, your brain, and a mercenary company trying to survive in a dying world. Inspired by Warhammer, FTL, and Total War, it blends strategic depth and fast-paced decision-making. You're going to manage resources, build armies, and even maybe burn down a village or two, all in a day's work. What I love about this game is how it strikes the perfect balance between macro and micro gameplay. You don't just command armies, you're in the thick of it, making tactical choices that can turn the tide of battle. It's a fresh break from the usual grand strategy formula, and an absolute must-try for fans of the RTS genre. Bad North, 80% discount, €2.99. Up next is an indie gem that is as beautiful as it is brutal, Bad North. This real-time tactics roguelite has you defending your peaceful kingdom island from relentless Viking invaders. Every battle feels personal as you guide your people through a desperate fight for survival, using the unique terrain of each island to your advantage. Don't be fooled by the charming, minimalistic art style. Beneath the cute visuals lies a game packed with tactical depth. Your ability to command troops effectively can make or break your defense, and you have a variety of tools and decisions at your disposal to keep it fresh and exciting. It's polished, addictive, and a must-play for into strategy games that balance challenge with creativity. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance, 25% discount, €29.24. If you're craving a modern RTS with a cinematic edge, Terminator Dark Fate is an absolute must-play. The game throws you into an intense high-stakes battle where your strategic decisions shape the future of humanity against the relentless machines. What sets this one apart is its dynamic, thoughtful gameplay, combined with deep micromanagement and then explosive action. It's rare to find an RTS that's so gripping that you want to finish it in a single run, despite its considerable length. Add in stunning visuals, an incredible soundtrack, and a recent DLC that is absolutely worth it, you've got a recipe for one of the best RTSs out there right now. Sacrifice, 20% discount, €7.99. Let's talk about a true retro great next, Sacrifice, a legendary RTS that flipped the script, focusing on epic combat over resource gathering. The only resource you needed was mana and souls. You want more units? Claim the souls of your enemies and then cast some jewel-dropping spells to turn the tide of battle. What set Sacrifice apart was its bold hybrid gameplay. You step into the role of a wizard commanding the powers and armies of gods. The cast is pretty cool too. It has Tim Curry voicing, and they bring their talents to the campaign, which is full of intrigue and betrayal. Your choices shape your alliances, diversify your powers, and determine how the character-driven story unfolds. Sure, the visuals and feel are a bit early 2000s, but if you look past that, you'll discover one of the most unique and rewarding strategy experiences ever made. Cataclismo, 35% discount, €19.49. Cataclismo offers a unique take on the survival RTS genre. It's going to draw inevitable comparisons to games like They Are Billions, but for me it really stands out with its own distinct approach and vibe. In this, you design and build fortresses brick by brick to hold off waves of relentless horrors. Unlike other survival games where defense is a bit more automated, here you construct each wall, gate and tower and giving you total control over the design. And you have a very hands-on approach to your defense and it gives you a layer of creativity and personalization. If you're a fan of survival RTS games and want something that blends the strategy, resource management, along with hands-on base building, this one is worth checking out. Metal Fatigue, 85% discount, 74 cents. Let's dive into a retro classic now that truly stands out, Metal Fatigue. This game took RTS to new heights, literally. You commanded massive customizable bots and waged war across 3 different battlefield levels, orbit, surface and even underground. It was ambitious, creative, and it still feels unique even today. What makes Metal Fatigue special was its unit creation system. You could mix and match parts to build bots to suit your strategy, adding a layer of depth that most RTS games never touch. Sure, the Steam version is a bit buggy, so be warned, but honestly at less than a bug, it's hard to pass up this underrated gem. Dungeons 4. 30% discount, €34.99. The absolute evil is back in Dungeons 4. Picking up the events after its predecessor, the game once again lets you spread chaos and crush the forces of good with style, and has a lot of bad puns and jokes along the way. The gameplay is smooth and satisfying. The humour, so cringeworthy it somehow loops back to being entertaining. Think of this game a bit like Bloodsport the movie. It's not the deepest experience, but it's undeniably fun while it lasts. If you're in the mood for some light-hearted strategy with a dash of evil flair, this one is worth your time. Impossible Creatures, 75% discount, €2.49. If you're looking for a unique RTS experience, look no further than Impossible Creatures. This 3D strategy game throws you into a wild world where you're creating mutant animals, from Earth's most formidable creatures to fight an evil villain. At its core, Impossible Creatures stands out because there's nothing else really like it. If you can overlook some of the game's rough edges, there is a ton of fun to be had here. The cheesy presentation and story, they're hilariously entertaining in my opinion, and it's just a nostalgic pickup. I mention this one a lot on lists because honestly it's a gem that deserves a remake, and if I feature it enough, hopefully someone out there will do it. Command & Conquer Remastered Collection, 90% discount, €1.99. If you're a fan of classic RTS games, you've got to check out Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. This remastered edition brings together both the original Command & Conquer and Red Alert, completely rebuilt by the original Westwood Studio team members. You get 3 expansions, a multiplayer experience that's been rebuilt, a modernised UI, a powerful map editor and a lot more. For fans of genre-defining classics, this collection is a love letter to the golden age of RTS. It's exactly what a game of this calibre deserves, a perfect blend of nostalgia and modern polish. Original War, 80% discount, €1.99. Let's talk about Original War next, a classic RTS with a unique twist. Set in Siberia, the game kicks off when a UN expedition stumbles across a mysterious, untapped mineral instead of traditional resources just like oil. What makes Original War stand out is a blend of RTS and RPG elements. If you enjoy tactical gameplay mixed with character-driven storylines, this is a game that delivered something different. The dated graphics might throw you off a bit at first, but once you get into it, there's plenty of strategic depth and unique mechanics to sink your teeth into. Sadly, we haven't seen many RTS games that blended RPG and strategy since, so it makes it a standout gem from its time, and it's definitely worth checking out. Godsworn, 20% discount, €23.19. If you're a fan of classic RTS gameplay but with a modern packaging, rich storytelling and a unique mythological twist, Godsworn is a must play. Set in an epic fantasy world, it blends the mystique of Baltic and Northern European mythology with the strategic depth of a classic RTS. Take on the role of a divine hero, rally your worshippers, and command mythical creatures in a battle between pagan gods and crusaders. The story and music really elevate this one for me, offering an immersive experience that stands out in the RTS genre. If you love mythology, deep tactical RTS gameplay, Godsworn delivers exactly that. 2 Definitive Edition, 65% discount, €11.54. If you're a fan of classic strategy games, Age of Empires 2 remains a timeless gem, and the Definitive Edition only makes it better. This is a true love letter to fans, blending nostalgia with modern improvements. The gameplay is as engaging as ever, offering many hours of fun whether you're building massive empires in single player campaigns or battling it out in competitive multiplayer. The updated graphics look gorgeous, and the quality of life improvements like refined pathfinding and sleek new UI breathe fresh air into a game while still keeping the iconic charm. If you're a fan of RTS or just curious about gaming history, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition is a must play and a must have. It's proof that great games stand the test of time. Empires of the Undergrowth, 50% discount, €14.99. If you love RTS games with a unique twist, Empires of the Undergrowth delivers something truly different. This game blends RTS and base building, letting you command massive ant colonies as they battle their way through a dangerous insect world. Pretty interesting. You'll build complex nests, develop pheromone-based strategies, and evolve your colony to survive against relentless threats. The scale of warfare here is fantastic. Managing swarms of thousands of ants feels epic and strategic in a way few games capture. On sale, Empires of the Undergrowth is an absolute steal. If you're looking for something fresh, challenging, and modern, this is worth it. Homeworld Remastered Collection, 90% discount, €3.19. If you're a fan of space strategy games, Homeworld Remastered Collection needs no introduction. These are two of the most iconic RTS games ever made, reimagined with modern stunning graphics and keeping that classical gameplay intact. In Homeworld, you of course control massive fleets, craft armadas, and battle across more than 30 epic single player missions. For me, these games are nothing short of masterpieces. The balance between managing a fleet, navigating 3D space, and delivering top tier gameplay is simply perfect, and Homeworld 3 was an absolute travesty, so please revisit these and remember what the games were. If you love RTS or space strategy games, Homeworld Remastered Collection is a must-have, non-negotiable. Rise of Nations Extended Edition, 75% discount, €4.99. If you're a fan of classic RTS games, Rise of Nations is a must-play. The game spans all of human history from ancient civilizations to the modern age. You start with a single city in the ancient age, you gather resources, you build infrastructure, you research powerful tech. You can construct iconic wonders like the pyramids and Eiffel Tower, and then you expand your military, bombers, battleships, tanks, and you conquer nations and dominate the world, all in one epic session. Rise of Nations is a true classic, right alongside games like Age of Empires and Command & Conquer. If you love strategy games that let you build, conquer and create, this is a no-brainer. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War Anniversary Edition, 80% discount, €5.99. If you're a fan of Warhammer 40k or classic RTS games, this one is a must-play. It brings together all the intense, blood-soaked glory of the original game, with 4 complete campaigns, 9 fleshed-out factions, and countless hours of strategic battles. The gameplay is rich, diverse, and full of tactical depth, offering a huge amount of replayability. Space Marines, Ruthless Orcs, Tau, there is something here for every Warhammer fan. The graphics are a bit dated, the gameplay and overall experience more than make up for this. If you're a fan of Warhammer 40k or just discovering the universe, Dawn of War delivers an immersive, unforgettable RTS experience and a piece of history for this genre. Rusted Warfare, 30% discount, €3.49. Rusted Warfare is a modern take on those beloved old school experiences. With its retro inspired graphics, it might not look like the flashiest, but don't let that fool you. What this game excels at is smooth, massive battles thanks to modern multi-threaded tech. So whether you're diving into single player challenges, skirmishes or massive sandbox battles, the game keeps running like a dream. You have big multiplayer matches with up to 10 players, robust workshop modding support, giving the community endless ways to keep expanding the game. The only thing you're going to regret is not picking this one up sooner. It's a great RTS that keeps things fun and accessible. Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, 80% discount, €1.99. If you're a fan of massive scale RTS games, Supreme Commander Forged Alliance is one of the best to ever do it. The game delivers epic battles on an unbelievable scale, focusing on large-scale strategy rather than fast, frantic micromanagement. What truly set this one apart was its focus on the strategic depth. Instead of relying on fast clicking, it's all about managing huge armies, leveraging terrain to gain the upper hand, bullet physics, not dice roll outcomes, and it made the battles feel impactful and rewarding. With strategic zoom and one of the innovators in this space, you could seamlessly shift from full map view to zooming right in on your units. For any RTS fan looking for a tactical masterpiece, Supreme Commander Forged Alliance is an essential pick and one that still has a thriving community today. Total War PHARAOH, 50% discount, €19.99. Total War PHARAOH takes you on an epic journey through the ancient world, spanning from the Aegean to Mesopotamia during the Bronze Age collapse. and the game challenges you to build your own dynasty and lead your faction to glory. When the original game was released, many felt it was a bit half-baked and lacking the depth Total War fans expected. And let's be honest, without that fan feedback, the free Dynasties update would have probably been a fully priced DLC. But now, in my opinion, the game has really found its footing. People still gripe about unit variety, but considering it's the Bronze Age, most battles were fought with foot soldiers, I don't see this as a big issue. I do feel campaigns are very unpredictable, and there's plenty of customizations options to make each playthrough feel unique. I'm really glad they got it to a place where it is now worth playing. If you were hesitant before, now it is time to give it a shot. And that's a wrap on our top 20 RTS gems to grab during the Steam Winter Sale. We've covered everything from timeless classics to hidden indie treasures. And whether you're a fan of large scale strategy, tactical battles, or something a little different, there is something here for everyone. Let us know in the comments which of these games caught your eye and if there's any hidden gems you think we missed and we should try. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe and join the LT Gaming community as we go towards 100k subs. Alright guys, happy holidays.